hate my new job. I really hate my new job. It's not just the work, it's the building itself, a place that seems to breathe resentment. The building hates me first. It exhales a stale chemical breath the moment I badge in, a tangible wave of animosity. The lobby hums with fluorescent lights that twitch like tired eyelids, and the elevator doors close soft as lips, a silent promise of something awful. On the 4th floor, the carpet smells faintly of wet paper, a musty odor that clings to the back of my throat. The air conditioner shivers through the vents, whispering in a voice that isn't quite mechanical. I was accepted 2 weeks ago. The first week was fine on paper, but the cracks started to show immediately. On my first day, I dropped a cup of coffee and it burst, hot liquid climbing my wrist, a burning baptism. The burn blistered, a pale bubble I pressed with a wet towel, while my coworkers laughed a chorus of hyenas. Not gently. Not the kind that checks on you mid-chuckle. It was a course, mouths open, teeth flashing, heads tilted in the same angle, like they'd rehearsed. The office joined in. The printer hiccuped. The fluorescent lights flickered in rhythm, a symphony of torment. The days kept getting worse. My computer wouldn't turn on no matter how I pleaded, a stubborn refusal to cooperate. The IT guy shrugged with a half smile and a joke I didn't understand, and my boss stared over my shoulder with the look of someone examining a smudge on glass, dismissive and cold. In the break room, cleaning a kitchen knife someone had left in the sink, I slipped. The blade nicked deep, a crimson kiss. The blood bright as a stop sign. Mara clapped soundlessly before the laughter resumed, louder this time, unkind, a satisfaction curling at the edges of their mouths. They didn't care. They were amused at me, at the way I flinched and swallowed it and said I was fine, totally fine, even when the paper towel stuck pink to my palm. I told myself they were just a different kind of office, sharp, efficient, a little cruel without meaning it, a twisted justification. I told myself I'd adjust. I told myself a lot of things. In the glow of the vending machine at 7 p.m., when I was the last one alone in the wasteland. When the building's humming settled low and close, and I could hear the elevator cables whispering in the shaft, like a throat clearing, a prelude to horror. Today is different. Quiet, unnaturally so. I drop my lunchbox and the lid goes skittering under a desk, and no one laughs. No one even looks up, lost in the silence. When I stand and ask Trevor how he formats the daily report, he stares through his monitor at nothing, a blank, vacant expression. When I ask Mara if she wants coffee, she keeps typing. The clack of keys is delicate and methodical, like teeth tapping glass, a disturbing rhythm. The smell in the office is lemon cleaner and something metallic, like old pennies warmed in a hand, a cloying, unsettling aroma. They really seem to be into their work today. Shoulders bowed, necks wrapped high with scarves. Despite the heat, the vents can't quite push aside, a strange uniformity. half hidden under collars. I catch a line of gauze here, a stubborn strip of medical tape there, unsettling evidence of something hidden. I tell myself HR finally said something about the cold. I tell myself they got sick, a wave of it. Strange season. A desperate attempt to rationalize the irrational. At 4 p.m., I go to my boss's glass-walled office. Is there anything else I can do? I ask, the air a hollow question. He sits very straight. His Adam's apple lifts and falls as if he's trying to say a word he can't find. A silent struggle. He presses his lips together until they blanch. The framed ocean behind him is all gray water and no shoreline, a hopeless vista. If I'm honest, it's almost a relief. The noise had gotten inside me. The laughter when I bled, the smirks when I failed, the tiny office cruelties that pass as culture, a cacophony of torment. Last night, the building stayed late with me. The janitor's cart squeaked down the hall. The conference room smelled of lemon and copier toner, a sterile, suffocating environment. We talked about respect, about tone, about how to keep a workplace healthy. Words didn't work. They never listened when I used them, a futile attempt at communication. I had to speak in a language they would understand, a desperate measure. It's strange how delicate the throat is, how quiet a mouth becomes when you teach it silence. The sound a person makes when the voice goes out is small, a wet whisper that barely reaches the glass. I pack my bag and say goodbye to everyone. No one replies. I walk between rows of monitors, throwing blue light on slack faces, on careful scarves, on the narrow seam of tape where the skin wants to close over what was noisy. Maybe I went too hard on them. First days can be an adjustment for everyone. Still, I hope they try harder tomorrow. We'll get there. This is just the beginning. A chilling promise.